I work in an office building in the city center, a modern place, full of technology and people coming and going at all hours. But there's something about that place I've never liked, the underground parking garage. Since I started working here, I've avoided going down there alone. It's dark, damp, and the echo of footsteps resounds in a disturbing way. I always thought it was just superstition, until I saw something I'll never be able to forget. That night, I had finished late, as usual. It was around 11, and the parking garage was almost empty. Just a few cars from colleagues who, like me, were stuck at work. I went down to the second level, where I always parked my car. As I walked toward it, I heard a sob. At first, I thought it was my imagination, but then I heard it again, louder, clearer. It was the cry of a woman. I looked around, searching for someone, but there was no one. Just parked cars and shadows stretching under the flickering lights. The crying turned into a wail, a deep moan full of sorrow. My heart started pounding, and I felt a chill run down my spine. But I kept walking, trying to ignore it. However, the sobbing grew more intense, and it seemed to come from everywhere. Then I saw her. In the distance, between the columns, stood a figure. It was a woman dressed in white, with long dark hair covering her face. My body froze. I couldn't move. Her moans became sharper, almost like a scream. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't respond. I felt as though an invisible force was holding me there, forcing me to watch her. Suddenly, the woman raised her head, and her empty eyes locked onto mine. "Where are my children?" she whispered, with a voice that seemed to come from the depths of the earth. That whisper burrowed into my mind, echoing endlessly. I managed to break free from the paralysis and ran toward my car. My hands were shaking as I fumbled to unlock the door. I got in and started the engine. But before I could drive away, I saw her again. Closer now, standing right in front of the car. Her screams filled the air, and the sound lodged itself in my mind, as if I would never forget it. I sped through her figure, but when I looked in the rearview mirror, she was gone. I made it home, but I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I see her, hear her wailing, her question. And the worst part is, since that night, I'm not the only one who's seen her. Other colleagues have started hearing her cries in the parking garage. Some say they now see her in their dreams. Others hear her in their homes. But we all agree on one thing. Once you've seen her, her wail never leaves you.